I think it's sweet. Welcome back into Studio 5. So all week we are gleaning love lessons from the experts, pinning down your favorite relationship contributors on the one fact, the one idea that has made a difference in their professional practice, but also their real life. The truth is relationships are rarely perfect and real love is sometimes rocky. But my next guest says that is when love can teach us the most and allow us to grow in maybe unexpected ways. Studio 5 contributor Dr. Julie Haynes joins me. It's so good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So you have learned this concept after years of being a therapist and owning your own practice. What makes it stand out as a love lesson to really shine a light on and celebrate?
Well, it's really something I've learned personally and professionally at the same time. We're celebrating our 27th wedding anniversary next year, which I still can't believe. But being in a marriage that long and then also working for 20 plus years with clients and relationships, I realize we have this unrealistic expectation about what love is. It's bliss, it's happiness, and it's really about growth. Like you have to ask, am I still growing in this relationship? Because you're not always going to be happy. And clients come in thinking, you know, something's wrong because we're not happy. It's
something's
like, well,
wrong with the marriage.
Right. Or something's wrong with you or something's,
right,
you know.
Right.
But it's really, no, this is a chance to grow. The painful moments are a chance to grow. And even in family relationships, not necessarily like intimate love relationships, there's always opportunities to grow, but there's things that we don't want to look at.
Well, yeah, how does that growth happen exactly? How do you see that happen?
Through little moments, like I think about, there are times when all of my kids are kind of giving me the same feedback, and then my husband's giving me that same feedback, and I'm defensive. The things we're defensive about, so like there was a time when like, you're not really listening to me, you're not really listening to me. And I'm like, oh, I'm a professional listener, what are you talking about?
I get paid to listen.
I get paid. You're not paying me enough, that's why. But I had to go, I'm not taking the time to listen to my family the way I listen to clients. And that's hard to look at, you know, like, wow, that's painful. And so it wasn't a happy thing to look at, but I realized I need to really work on this, and it will improve my relationships.
So consistent feedback, one sign, defensiveness, perhaps another sign.
Yep.
And you bring to the table a quote that I think you've mentioned before, and I really like it, about a seed and how sometimes that growth doesn't always look pretty or feel comfortable.
Right. Do you want me to read this?
Please.
Okay. For a seed to achieve its greatest expression, it must come completely undone. The shell cracks, its insides come out, and everything changes. To someone who doesn't understand growth, it would look like complete destruction. And I think that happens in relationships too. Sometimes it falls apart to kind of to grow and come back together into something that's even more beautiful.
And you're talking not just about relationship growth, but individual growth. As an individual in this partnership, we should be progressing.
Right, individuals and as a couple. And those things are intertwined. We learn about ourselves and grow in relation to other people. We wouldn't, isolated, we don't, you know what I mean? We need each other. That doesn't mean you have to be married to grow, but we need relationships. We need to bump up against people to kind of smooth off our edges.
It can be that vulnerable admission, like, yes, I'm ready to grow. Yes, I'm willing to grow. And you say it requires you to listen to those loved ones, like you talked about, even when you don't want to hear it.
Even when you don't want to hear it, yeah. And also, it's interesting, we pick partners who will force us to grow and heal past wounds. And it's unconscious, but we all do it. And the package, so you think about people who kind of like, they keep picking the same person over and over again, the same
type of person.
But it's this really beautiful thing about love, that we fall in love with people who will help us heal past hurts. And we may think we're not. We may think, oh, I'm marrying somebody totally different than my dad or my my mom or whatever. But we get them to play out this situation where we have to face those past hurts.
Doing so, you point out, will bring the happiness, yes. It will also, though, bring the tears. It's that yin and yang emotionally in a relationship.
Right, and I really think that we don't prepare people for that part. It's like, oh, you're getting married, or you found this great relationship, and that is amazing, but also with that comes the vulnerability and comes, the painful, when you open up your heart, you're opening up to pain. And I've sat with a lot of couples in my practice where they're like, I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up for betrayal, or I didn't sign up for chronic illness. And you know, I think that that's really important to know, yeah, you did. When you love someone, you sign up for
all of it,
the whole range of experiences.
Well, you see these couples, these even individuals come through your door with these issues, right? They have these problems and they sit on your couch, and oftentimes I know you've said you're asked the question, am I normal? Is this normal? And while there's no real solid definition of normal, you don't flinch at the problems because you recognize they are just part of the relationship.
Yeah, and David Schnarch is a psychologist that I just love, and he says, no one is ready for marriage. Marriage gets you ready for marriage. It's like you have to get into it and dive in. And once we realize like that sex disconnection or communication problems, or like, I don't feel any love toward this person, that's actually not a problem. That's totally normal in a committed relationship. It's an opportunity for you to grow and look at yourself and then look at the relationship pattern.
Which, talk about a reframe, right? To go from a problem or an issue or a bump and turn it into your opportunity to grow.
Right, and grow as a couple. And instead of going, oh, well, should we get divorced or not? It's like, what do we need to learn is a totally different question than, okay, should we just end it now?
Right.
Like, if you're growing, stay in it.
So embracing this one love lesson, right, that personal growth comes from relationships, has done what for you personally? Let's start with personally.
I haven't always embraced it. I think it's been really frustrating because in my own relationship, it's been up and down. We say we've been together 27 years and 12 of them have been awesome. You know? Like, I've had to learn it and go, wow, I don't really even like you today, and let's keep going.
Let's keep moving.
Yeah, because love is a feeling, it's a behavior, and it's a commitment. And sometimes you have to draw on one or all of those.
Well said, Julie. Nice summary. Thank you so much for sharing. This has been an awesome series. We're going to wrap up our Love Lesson series tomorrow with a woman whose heart we truly admire. Stephanie Nielsen of the Nini Dialogues will share how her personal trials have helped open her eyes to the power of enduring love. That's tomorrow on Studio 5. And don't forget, sharing your own love lesson with us gives you a chance to win. We're giving away 5 pairs of tickets for an entertaining Valentine's date night this weekend with Studio 5's own relationship coach, Dr. Matt Townsend. Matt is handing out 5 pairs of tickets to his entertaining couples coaching session. That's a $50 ticket value. The 2 lucky winners today are Studio 5 viewers Carolyn Apsley and Lisa Wilkie. They shared these love lessons with us on Facebook. Carolyn writes, you can love your spouse, but it's most important to be in love, and that is something you need to work on every day. Wise words, Carolyn. Thank you for sharing. And Lisa writes, love is an action, not just a word. It's time spent, service given, love spoken, and affection shown. Thanks to both Carolyn and Lisa for sharing. They'll have a seat in the audience at date night this weekend. If you want a chance to win, go to our Facebook page and answer this question. What is the one thing you have learned about love? We'll choose one Facebook comment at random each day.